guys, we're going to be doing the reverse lunge, and for those of you who haven't been active in a while, this is probably going to be a good stretch for you, but it's also going to be pretty taxing on your legs. The goal on this one is at least get 5 per side, do as best as you can. If you need assistance of a chair that you can hang on to for balance, you can do that at the very beginning, but really we're trying to get the body to do what we want it to do without the assistance of anything, but just using our own body weight. We are showing you the backward lunge first to make sure that your body is lined up exactly the way it needs to be so it prevents injury. So Ken, take a nice step backwards. I'm going to have him hold for just a second there. Notice how the knee, if you want to shift it back just slightly, is about right there is the best position possible because the knee is right over that heel instead of over the toes. You're going to stand back up. You're going to do the opposite. Now, it's very important. Make sure that your legs, I'm going to show the front side. Ken, just keep doing some lunges here. Notice how when he steps back, he's not going and putting that foot right exactly behind that front leg that's stabilizing him, because if you put it directly in line with your front foot, you're going to have some balance issues.
I'll show you one. Yeah, if you're coming back straight like this, I've narrowed my footprint, okay? And most people lose it. I can't do that because I'm really unstable. So all you need to do is just swing that back out a little bit, and I've just widened my footprint a little bit. You're still getting a nice pull, and it's the back leg that's working. So this stretch is really quite dynamic. It's a workout in itself. So she's going to come up, grab her knee, pull it to her chest.
Woo! Feel that from yesterday.
You're bringing in balance. And it's okay to put your leg back if you swing it back. So she's going to back. She's going to get a nice big quad stretch, and she's going to go back to that back lunge. And again, your balance is probably going to get taxed. Go down to the whole movement. So she's going to place her hand down for stabilization. Opposite hand, opposite leg. See how that works? And she's going to slip in the other hand in behind. She's going to pull. It goes in behind, not in front. Now she's going to pull and get that stretch on her back.
Inner thigh.
Yeah, you're feeling this in a lot of places. She's then going to reach the sky, give a wave. You can roll your hips on this thing. You can really feel this thing loosen up. And as you advance through this thing, Faith wants to get engaged too.
She wants me to throw the ball.
Of course. Now you're coming up to a hamstring stretch. I try to flatten my back foot out as much as I possibly can, lifting my toes slightly. Advance, you can keep both of them flat, and you're in a huge stretch. And if you can try to get your head to your knee to get that full lower back stretch as well. So again, pulling the knee to the chest, rolling it back, hamstring, big lunge back, going down for opposite hand for stabilization, opposite hand going underneath the elbow, pulling that lower back, getting a nice big stretch, rolling it to the sky, big wave, and then ham stretch, nice roll, coming back to a stance. And that is the world's
greatest
stretch.
So, lack of creativity, this next one is called the second world's greatest stretch. And what this really is a hand walk to a push-up. Now, it's important when you do this that as we're doing this is a hip movement only. So you're rotating at the hip. Yep, butt sticking out, rotating at the hip. You're going to go all the way down until you can't touch any further. This is a great stretch. If you have to at this point, you can bend your knees. So that your hands go to the ground. You're going to simply walk it out till you get to the push-up position. You're going to do a nice little push-up, and then you're going to hand walk it back out. Now, as Ken does this another time or two, so you're going to stand up. It's a great time when you're at the top to squeeze your butt. You're going to walk it out. Going to go down to the push-up. Can you do a modified push-up at this point? Absolutely. You can go to your knees, do a modified push-up, and then get back on your toes and bring it back in. I will tell you that when you do 10 of these babies, your heart rate will get elevated. If it hasn't been elevated through the back lunges, you will get it elevated here. We did do a video about push-ups, but I'm going to have Ken do one more on this one, because it's very important that when you go down to that push-up position, I want you to bring those elbows in as much as you can, and then walk it back up. And there you go. Do at least 10 of those, and that. Go ahead. One thing I wanted to share with you guys is that when you start a journey like this, it took you a whole lifetime to get you to where you are now. A lot of bad habits, a lot of decisions that were made. Don't expect things to happen just overnight. As it took you time to get here, it's going to take you time to unravel bad habits that you have acquired over the years. So be patient with yourself. You'll hear us time and time again to say, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. We are just dealing with getting you back into motion, because I know a lot of people always have questions about diet. What do I need to do with my food? Well, a lot of us really actually know what we need to do with our food, but we're not willing to make those steps to do it because we're dictated by our tongues, what tastes good to us. We are going to give you some other segments later that talk about food choices, but I can tell you this. If you had an apple in front of you or a piece of chocolate cake, which one is healthier for you? Now, I know some of you go, chocolate cake. If you listen to Bill Cosby himself, a stand-up comic show, that's what the kids wanted for breakfast was chocolate cake. We're not doing that here. The good choice is the apple. There's a time and a place for the chocolate cake, but if you're serious about getting your health back on track, you're going to set it aside. You're going to choose the better choice. So start thinking about those food choices. What are better ones? And as we go along, we'll start helping you navigate the grocery store, helping you make better choices, better options. But really it's about regaining your health that you may have lost, and we're going to do this thing together, because where we go one, we go all.